What's up, YouTube? It's your bro, DrDroo. I'm here at Ruby's Diner in LAX. My flight's been delayed for an hour, so I figure what better way to use my time to make videos for my faithful fans, like you, Mom. But anyways, thought I'd give a quick recap on, kind of the environment of YCS Anaheim, about, Turbo Pack 5 and the trades and all that stuff that seems to be happening down here. It turns out that light gem and I beat one, which, it's a really strong deck. I took a loss to it. I was playing Super Solar Plants. I expected to play GKs and Samurais. Mostly first turn Shein play scared me a lot. Didn't see very many Samurais. Saw a decent amount of GKs, but not as much as I expected. There was a lot of random decks out there. But there's also a lot of scraps, a lot of Blackwings and a lot of Gladiator Beasts. So that's interesting though, that normally people jump on the deck that won the last tournament, and this time people seem to play the opposite. There's also a lot of Hero Beat there. There's a couple weird decks that I didn't expect to see, especially like that one that top 4, that Chaos deck. I saw that at the top tables, and I've seen that at a couple of the last YCSs, like I saw it at Charlotte too, and I'm surprised it made it that far, because the deck is really slow and takes a long time to set up. So I know that it has quick answers to Shein, like Salvo Deco. I was supposed to be the main one, but I'm really curious as to how it made that far. One interesting tech I saw was a lot of people are playing Raggy Gura and Sabers now, and I actually took a loss to this because people would do something like Suicide in Nemers into Raggy Gura and get back a Fault Roll that was dead earlier, and it would set up a lot of big plays. Sometimes they would Bogart Knight to Raggy Gura to add Fault Roll to hand. I lost to that play, actually. Something interesting about this tournament, too, was there wasn't as much theft as there is. Now, there's still people who got their decks stolen and, cards stolen and stuff like that, but it wasn't as bad as it was at Dallas, Charlotte, and, pretty much everywhere. I think that there's a lot more of like a vendor base in California. Everybody thinks they're a vendor. Everyone is trying to trade to make a profit because of, there's a lot of little areas to set up Yu-Gi-Oh shops out here. So everyone there is trying to make their profit through buying and selling as opposed to stealing. And I also think that there's not as many casual players. So since there's a lot of really serious people here that take care of their stuff, which is something that you should consider doing, I'm going to do a follow-up video to show you, some of the stuff I've learned and the tons of stuff I've gotten stolen and how I learned to stop that. But that'll be coming up later. As for trades, a lot of people are setting up for the next formats or for the stuff coming out. There was a lot of Fables. There's people whose whole binder was nothing but Fables. There was people who were just stocking up on E-Tellies, and Teleport, was shooting up through the roof. Like, vendors probably sell it before this event, $2, $3. People were valuing it at 5 and 10, like 10 for the ultimates. It was going crazy on that. People were trying to get Thought Roll Archfiends and Magical Androids. So people really believe in that Psychic BS. I'm going to go ahead and include a link to that, to this Psychic Beat or Psychic OTK kind of video, so you can see the stuff they can do. I'll put a link to it somewhere like here, and you can kind of see what the Psychic deck is capable of and see why people are buying into it so much. Another card that people are kind of getting a lot of is the Wise Man's Chalice. I just happen to have some left over because I keep crappy cards in my binder, and it's really not, it doesn't seem that good at first. You have to control no monsters, and then a special is a monster from your opponent's graveyard. Now you can't synchro with it, you can't tribute it, and it dies during you have to give control of it to your opponent during the end phase. Now at first, people were saying that Gladiator Beast sided it to take, the mirror, take the Gladiator Beast and attack. I didn't buy into that. I didn't think that that was enough of a reason for this card to go to the prize. But then I heard from somebody else that people are trying to make plays for Exceeds, for the Exceeds coming out in the future. I thought that's actually pretty decent. There's going to be a lot of 4 stars or 3 stars, or it gives you a lot of different options for trying to Exceed summon. So I can see something like that. Though I still think gadgets are the way to go on that. You can quote me on that. Another funny thing about trades this tournament was X-Saber Ember's Blade. Now everyone thinks that this card's always like at risk for reprints. Every time there's a new Turbo Pack, or there's a new starter deck, or special edition, everyone's like, oh my god, Ember's Blade. But at this tournament, there was a rumor going around on the floor that Ember's Blade was a silver rare in Turbo Pack 5. And no one had really seen what was in it yet. So suddenly everyone's dumping Ember's Blade, Game Time is buying them up in bulk, and oh my god, everyone's freaking out. And it's not even in the pack. Someone just did this rumor probably to get Ember's Blades for cheap, and then Game Time ended up selling a lot of these people who sold Ember's Blades, selling back their own same ones at double the price they just gave them to Game Time for. It's ridiculous. So that'll teach you a lesson. Whenever you're at a tournament and rumors start going about reprints, make sure you know who's talking about it, and make sure that they've actually seen the card themselves or seen it on a reputable site. Okay, because there's no reason to dump your most expensive card and just get garbage in return and have to buy it back later, which sucks. Another card that was seeing a lot of trade and has jumped in value is Infernity Barrier. The vendors were selling the Infernity Barrier for $45. at the jump, and people were trading them left and right. Trishula is really driving this card up in price, and you know, a couple of friends also driving, well, not super high in price. It's a silver rare. I like it. Did the deck profile procedure Kraus. It's a broken deck. The Doppel Warrior, which is now like a $2 or $3 silver rare, because the Doppel plans can drop the Trishula really well too. So there's a lot of setup for like next format, I guess, because, and it's funny to call it a new format because once the new Hidden Arsenal comes out, brand new format. Oh my god. I really should shave for these videos too, but I haven't even slept in like the last 2 days, paying $18 for fries, a drink, and a burger. Ruby's Diner, $18. Awesome. So yeah, there was definitely diversity of decks. If you're still trying to play for a regional this format, I think you should expect a lot of diversity, you know, because there's already things like Formula Monarchs and blah 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 blah. Already tons of decks you can play, but really, I don't count on playing a lot of Samurais, and especially since it didn't perform very well at this YCS, it's not going to stay as a big deck. That's it for me. That was my Anaheim recap. I'm going to go sit now, wait for my flight to come, and I'll post this on YouTube. Leave comments, leave feedback. Let me know if you want any new info on decks, or you want a discussion on Turbo Pack 5, which there's not much to say except, oh my god, Dark Hole Ultra, which even isn't that oh my god. It's kind of cool. At first I was like, oh my god, and then I was like, you know, it's really just another hollow Dark Hole. It's not that interesting. But that's it for me. That's DrDroo signing out.